Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is David. Sorry? I've got something on my face? Where? Oh, sorry. I thought I'd just wear this because of the subject of the book that I will be talking about, so apologies for that. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is David. If you are new here, hi, welcome. And if you have been watching my channel and my videos for a while now, welcome back. So the novel that I will be reviewing today is Clown in the Cornfield by Adam Cesare. I've never read anything by Adam before. This was his first novel that I've ever read before. This was kind of brought to my attention through numerous channels on BookTube, but mostly it was introduced to me through Lady Jane Books. She was talking about it on her channel before. And I was aware about the book at the time that I was watching that video of hers. And straight after I watched that video, I went out and, well, I didn't go out. I went on to Amazon and bought it on my Kindle. Adam has also published several other novels and novella collections, and he has also written numerous graphic novels in the Dark Crystal universe as well. What he mostly writes in his novels is about horror. That's his main jam. That's what he likes to actually write about. And yeah, this book was a real pleasure to read. I was reading the synopsis before I bought it, and it sounded really cool. As well as I got a copy of his novel, which is called Video Night. I will try to put a picture up here for you guys to look at. And like Clown in the Cornfield, Video Night sounded really interesting, so I bought it. And a little bit now about Adam, the author. He has his own YouTube channel. I will link it down below for you guys as well. He was born on the 27th of January 1988. And he studied in Boston University, where he studied English and film. So this book was published on the 25th of August 2020 over in America, but it came out over here in the United Kingdom really recently. It came out, I'm pretty sure it came out on the 17th of October of this year. It's now available for you to go and buy it in a hardback edition. But but it was available on Kindle way before that, so I had the pleasure and the privilege of owning it on my Kindle way before then. Also, there is currently no movie based on this novel because it's only just come out. But while I was doing some research, I found out that a studio called Temple Hill Entertainment had actually bought the rights to the novel, so not sure when they'll be doing that movie, but hopefully it will be good. And as I always say in all my videos, this is going to be a spoiler-free video. I know that this novel is really new or recently released, and I know that some people may want to go and read it, especially during this time of the year. So I just want to show you guys that this is going to be a spoiler-free video. I'm not going to spoil anything about this novel whatsoever. Also, this is going to be my own thoughts and opinions regarding this book. Even though I did love this novel, there were aspects of this story that I wasn't too keen on. But I will go through that in more detail in my likes and dislikes section of this video. So what's the storyline for Clown in the Cornfield? It focuses, well, first off, it has a prologue, which, do not skip the prologue, guys. It's very important to the story as a whole. So the prologue opens up showing us a group of young teenagers who are led by a young man called Cole. Cole is a fellow YouTuber. He the kind of videos that he is filming or likes to film, and, him and his friends like to film, is mostly prank videos and stunt videos. That's his jam on YouTube. That's what he likes to produce, and that's what his content is all about. Cole and his friends are really fun going. they don't really like to obey by any rules or guidelines that are set by their parents or by the town or by anyone in this community. They like to not really like, they actually like to have fun, but they like to kind of bend rules a little bit. So they are filming a video, and we are introduced to members of Cole's gang, which I'm going to be referring to it as. And after that prologue, we are introduced to our main character, who is called Quinn. Quinn is fairly new to the story. She actually her and her father moved to a town, which the book is the town that the book is actually set in is called Kettle Springs. Kettle Springs is surrounded by cornfields all around the town. It's completely surrounded by corn, and it's also where Cole and his gang live as well. So something tragic has actually happened in Quinn's family. I won't say what happened or to who or what member of the family it is, but something tragic has actually happened, and it's forced Quinn and her father to pick up their lives and move to this town in the middle of nowhere, this small American town surrounded by corn, and basically start their lives again. And Quinn's dad gets a job as being the town doctor, or the that's his job, that's his role. And Quinn, and the relationship between Quinn and her dad is very strong. They are both she's not really a daddy's girl, but they both have extreme love for each other. They have been through so much together, and their bond is so unbreakable. So Quinn is at her first, she seems to be a very nice and sweet girl. She's very upset about moving, about leaving her friends over in Philadelphia, where she was originally living, and she mentions a couple of her friends at the start of the novel, but we don't really hear from them, or they're not mentioned pretty much hardly ever. Probably like in one or two scenes they're mentioned briefly, but they're no one that you have to remember them specifically. So when Quinn and her dad move into a house, they are Quinn goes up to her new bedroom, and she looks out the window and she sees this burnt out factory, and on the side of this factory wall is a painting of this clown that is mysteriously looking at her, smiling. It has a pork pie hat on its head, and it's like the clown is looking at her directly. So as Quinn and her dad get settled into Kettle Springs, they discover that this factory is called Bay Pen Corn Syrup Factory, or throughout the novel it's just simply called Bay Pen. Sorry about that. So if you read this novel and you come across Bay Pen, they're just talking about the factory. That is the factory name. And Quinn also discovers about the clown as well. The clown's name is called Friendu. Friendu is the town mascot, and everyone loves Friendu. We also discover that members of the community, mostly the adults, purely the adults, do not like the young teenagers and the kids that live in this town. I don't know whether that covers the whole of the kids that live in this town, every single one of them, or whether it's just Cole's gang. But we do find out, specifically in the scene where Quinn and her dad are sitting in this diner and they're eating, we find out that the adults hate and dislike. I mean, hatred is such a strong word, but trust me, they hate Cole and his gang with a passion. They do not like them, and we discover then that there is this like conflict between these two types of people, with Quinn's gang and the adults that live in this town of Kettle Springs. But what brings them all together is their I wouldn't say love, but their appreciation for the town mascot, the clown Friendo. On Founders Day in the book, there's a event that's called Founders Day, and everyone dresses up as this clown Friendo. They have all these like costumes, and they have these plastic masks, and they get into the spirit of it, and it seems to be what brings them all together. But something goes wrong at one of the parades in Founders Day, and I won't say what happens or what it involves, but what I will say is that Cole and his gang was planning a stunt that they were planning to film and put on their YouTube channel. And they weren't, and they got into trouble for it. They weren't expecting it to go down how it actually went down, and yeah, it went horribly wrong. And they didn't expect it. They actually didn't expect it to go down as how it actually did, and so they go into trouble for it. So as the story progresses, we find out that Quinn has been fully embraced by Cole and his gang, and one of his group of friends. They embrace Quinn as one of their own, and Quinn isn't, at first, she isn't really sure what to make of these teenagers who are, I mean, I wouldn't say that they are bad people. They are, they don't really do like anything bad. They're actually not like Henry Bowers and his gang in It, by Stephen King. But they like to be mischievous, and I think at times they're a bit misunderstood, and they're just kids trying to be kids, just being a bit mischievous, breaking the rules, and but they don't really do anything hurtful to anyone. They don't like do anything violent towards anyone or start fights or anything like that. But they do drink a lot in this novel as well, and Quinn is invited to a party one night in the middle of the cornfields with Cole and his group of friends invite Quinn to this party, and she goes to it, and at that party we find out that there's this mischievous clown going around full in a Friendo suit and a Friendo mask, and he is going around killing loads of people with he doesn't actually use one specific type of weapon. He uses a pickaxe. It's like it's axe, axes, knives, chainsaws, machetes, pitchforks, bows and arrows, anything that he can actually find, he can use to kill these teenagers. It's not specifically the teenagers that he kills, though. It's pretty much anyone that gets in his way. But he mostly tries and kills and hunts down these teenagers. Friendo, how he actually interacts with and actually kills all these people is that he tries to be stealthy, but sometimes in some of these scenes he goes in with all guns blazing, if that makes sense. And this book does have loads of twists in it. Some of the twists I liked, but some of them, sorry if you can hear that noise, guys, there's a helicopter going over. Some of these twists I did like, but some of them I thought that they were okay. That's okay. But this story was a joy to read. It was really, really bloody and gory. So if you don't like, obviously if you don't like clowns, do not read this. If you don't like excessive blood and gore, because people would get decapitated, chopped up, there's loads of blood, there's loads of violence in this book. It's jam-packed with violence and gore. So you can tell that Adam, the author, was a massive fan, or is a massive fan of horror movies, slasher horror movies, specifically in the 80s and 90s. And the book kind of gave me the impression of that, where he got like movies from the 80s and 90s, like Friday the 13th and Halloween and all that type of stuff. Like, I mean, choose your favorite 80s or 90s slasher movie, and have that with a modern day horror movie and combined it together in kind of like a mishmash type of thing. But it was it's not a perfect book, but it's a book that I really enjoyed to actually read. So it's just about as the story progresses, we just find out that it's just a story of Quinn Cole's friends trying to survive this. They're trying to find out why this person is dressing up as Frendu and trying to kill them all, and it's basically them trying to survive. It's a survival story. So yeah, that's the main storyline for Clown in the Cornfield. So now I come to this section of this video where I talk about my likes and dislikes of this novel. First, the likes. I liked how this story pulled you in. It like grabbed you with both hands and like pulled you in to this town, and you felt that you were a part of this story. And it also felt that you had moved into this town of Kettle Springs with Quinn and her dad. It felt like you had moved in at the same time as Quinn did. And how the town is described, Adam doesn't really go into super duper detail with people's appearances or what the town looks like or how people interact with each other. Like, super detailed. He just gives you enough information so you can get the point, so the story can move on without dragging on for too long. And so that was really good. I liked, as I said, I liked some of the twists. Some of the twists were really good. Not all of them, but a nice handful of them did actually work for me. As a horror fan, I liked the kills, how Fendu actually killed people, and the blood and gore and what weapons he used as well. And that's really all I liked about the book, really. I mean, you know, as a whole, it really is good. If you are struggling to find something that you want to read or should read during this month, and you've never read horror before, I mean, you can't go wrong with this novel. It's like a real good novel. It doesn't have any jump scares or any scenes where a jump scare could actually happen. Frendu doesn't jump out of a bush and say boo, or like jump scare someone in the story. He does it really subtly, and like he could be standing behind someone and someone could be looking down in a puddle and they see Frendo's reflection in the puddle. Stuff like that. So now I come to my dislikes for this novel. I didn't really have that many dislikes for this book, to be honest with you guys. As I said, some of the twists in this story I didn't care much for. It wasn't like it was predictable or anything. But some of these twists, when they happened, I either felt that they were good or okay, or I didn't care for them at all. Some of the, I mean, I don't really think that any of these characters were weak. Some members of Quinn's gang or Quinn's friends, there were so many of them. There were about 4 or 5 or 6 of them all together, and when they were saying about Quinn's friends and like this person and that person, I was like, okay, who is this person? And I kind of lost track about who was who, and character relationships with each other and all that type of stuff. And yes, so that was one dislike I had. It does drag only a little bit in places. Only a little bit it drags places, when places guys, but not much. It's purely for the most part, it's a heavily action-packed, gory book. The ending how the book ends is really good. Again, I won't say what happened, so don't worry about that. But the ending for me was really good. It does have an epilogue at the ends of it, which I didn't really care for. It's maybe kind of set up for a possible sequel that Adam could do in the future, in the future date. But for me, the epilogue could have been cut from the book, and the book wouldn't have actually, lost anything, if that makes sense. So that's really all the dislikes I had. So what do I rate Clown in the Cornfield? I was nearly gonna rate it 4.5 stars out of 5, because how it pulled me in at the beginning of the story. But as the story progressed, not saying that it was bad or anything, or it got bad or anything, at the as the story progressed or the book went on. But as I said, there was some stuff that I didn't care for. But the book was still enjoyable, guys. I would highly recommend that you pick this one up. And I am super excited to read everything that Adam has written and will write in the future. But currently, right now, I rate Clown in the Cornfield 4 stars out of 5. So that's it, guys. That's my review on Clown in the Cornfield. Hopefully you liked it. If you like this video, please give it a massive like. Comment down below. Let me know if you have read this novel, what your thoughts are on about it. I only say that if you comment down below, and if we do talk about this book, please make sure that it's spoiler free, just in case anyone's looking in the comments and they don't get spoiled by anything. So again, if we do talk about the novel down in the comments, make sure it's spoiler free, guys. And if you like this video, please check out my other videos as well. I've got loads of other videos and playlists. But if you like this video as a whole, please consider subscribing. If you do subscribe, please click on the little bell notification button, just so you know whenever I upload videos. I upload videos every Monday and Friday. And with all that said, guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and keep reading. And I will see you in my next video.